Porno is just like some bullshit.
You don't need to know that side of them.
It's like, it's more of an urge if you got it. I guess guys, sometimes you have an urge or some bullshit, but really, like, fuck a porno. I don't want no porno. I'd rather just like have the real thing if that was the case. But I don't really just want sex. I'd rather have like a relationship with a girl. But, you know, I guess porno, it could satisfy that for certain people, that raw emotion of having an orgasm or whatever. You know?
Okay, so the porn industry initially growing up, I was like, you know, what is this? It's kind of sloppy. I didn't understand it. I thought people who had a problem liked watching porn. I thought it was bad. Growing up, I realized, I mean, it's an outlet for a lot of people. And even there's an Oprah episode and there's a sex doctor talking about how effective porn can be, especially for girls who are growing up, and a lot of people don't get the sex talk. Not saying use this avenue to get your sex talk, but to feel free about your sexuality, that to feel empowered as a woman, that you can satisfy yourself. And I think that's really what kind of changed my whole perspective on the industry. However, there are some parts, you know, when guys start choking females and start getting crazy and buck wild, that is unnecessary. They do not need to do all that, and that does degrade women, and I do not like that.
Well, personally, I would say it affects my life in a positive way, because it, you know, gives me a good outlet to get out my sexual frustrations. Well, I think I'm only human here. I mean, I feel like, why wouldn't we be, if we live in a society where we can, let's utilize that. Like Tubate, Pornhub, stuff like that. Stream websites, basically.
Probably have gone down. They probably have gone down in, you know, revenue, just like in society, period. Whereas record sales, people don't buy CDs no more, and people don't go to the porn shop and buy DVDs no more. They go online, they download it, they stream it, they go to YouTube, they do whatever they do.
Yeah, I definitely think rentals from video hut and stuff like that have dropped. Honestly, I do.
Like mom and pop porno shops are losing money. I mean, I feel like we live in a society, an American society, where, you know, that's, you know, the hustle, and if they can't keep up, then they're gonna have to close down, because, you know, like a lot of these websites are popping up and making a lot of money.
Billions.
Billions?
Yeah.
Why?
Because like I said, our society and our world is addicted to sex and put it on a pedestal.
No, probably, for sure. If it's more accessible, people are going to be using it more. I mean, that's what the internet is used for. Like, half of it is, you know, to check your emails and porno, you know? That's, if you want, you know, to get a pair of shoes or something.
Yeah. What's up?
However, if we were raised to think a different way about sex, sexuality, and, you know, all of that, it might not be a big deal. And if it's not a big deal, we don't have to, you know, feel embarrassed about it or feel shameful that we watch it or engage in it. And I think that's a lot of the problem for society, is that you try and hide sex, but then at the same time broadcast it. But once you start having sex, it's like, oh no, like, don't do that. It's like shameful. So I just feel like it's just kind of contradictory.
It is a problem because it's so secretive. It's straight to the source. You don't have to go downtown to the shop anymore. You don't, you know, have to hide your stash. It's there on your computer anytime you want for free. So the more frequent you can watch it, the more effects it's going to have on you.
Well, I have experience with that. It's very accessible, and it, you know, it might influence kids to watch it at a younger age. I'm a product of that, so is my friend Meredith right here. We watched it in the 4th grade on the internet. That's how easily accessible it was. And I'm sure other kids are doing it all over. So yeah, definitely that's the only place that can get it when you think about it.
I don't know, I think because it's so easy to access, it's used more often. Just like when eBay became popular, auctions became more popular. People would, you know, start buying just trinkets and stuff. So like, it's really good for like the amateur industry too in porno, because anybody with a webcam can put up a video and make money off it if they're of age.
And sex addiction is different than porn addiction, because one is like you're pleasuring yourself from watching something, and then addiction is being addicted to like sex, and that's with other people. But I feel like it adds to it just because, like, the factor of being turned on, that's like where it all starts. So.
Well, I guess softcore porn, they try to beautify it in a way, you know, whereas hardcore porn is more just raw, as you could say, you know, like, we'll just give you this, you know, we'll just give you anal, we'll just give you whatever, you know, whereas softcore porn is more like, okay, it's the fantasy about a princess who went down the thing, and she found the knight who just found, you know, got married with her, and they had sex right there.
I think, well, the hardcore porn for sure is way worse because that's what I think is degrading to women. That's where the violence steps in. Like, a lot of the times, like, the softcore stuff, it's really, I mean, that's where they call it softcore. It's not that bad, I guess. It still is because it's porn, but it's not violent. And, like, once you get into the hardcore stuff, it's more of, like, the fetish stuff, and I think it's kind of the kinkier, crazy kind of stuff, which I would say, again, degrades women, and it's more violent, definitely.
Be very understanding, and I would just try to explain to them what it is and what they're watching, and I don't know, I wouldn't want them to have like a skewed version of, a skewed view of sexual intercourse as being love. So I try to explain to them what it is they're seeing on camera and that maybe it's not real love.
I feel like parents should definitely block their computers for their children. But as far as the government regulation, the internet, I feel like the internet should be free for people to do and browse information.
I don't know. I think because there's more competition, you know, just like any art, you have to be better at your craft than the next person. So it creates competition in the industry that's healthy in any capitalistic society.
I mean, I feel like it is degrading. I mean, I feel like it is still prostitution, and prostitution has been around for like thousands of years. And so our society in itself degrades women, and porn industry is just a result of that.
I feel like, well, okay, I don't think it's positive because when it's male and female, it's obviously male dominating female because he's the one, I feel like he's the one that penetrates and he's the one like with the force. So that totally affects young females because they look at that and they feel like that's what guys see as attractive, so they want to be like that, but we can't be like that because we don't have the money and we don't like, average people don't look like that. So I just feel like it totally brings women down because they feel like they need to live up to that standard, but none of us can.
I mean, I think it is. I mean, yeah, I understand I'm a guy, I watch porn and all that, but I think we were talking about this earlier. What's the line between prostitution and porn, really? I mean, it's just filming it. So I think it is pretty degrading to women. They say that, like some of the actresses say it's not, but I think they're lying to themselves. I mean, because a lot of them, they've done studies, have been raped or abused. I mean, hey, if you want to do it and have fun, do it, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, it gets to the point where you start putting yourself out there with hundreds of guys on camera, and it's kind of, I guess, you know, yeah, it's sex, but you're abusing your body, so.
Oh, no way. The internet's benefit every industry, and the porn industry, you know, there's money in it because a lot of companies sell ads on the internet now, so that just creates a whole nother market for businesses that aren't even in porn to try and generate money, and it's just, everybody wins with the internet. It's, the consumers win because they get whatever they want fast and cheap and free even some places. And the producers win because it can reach just a massive amount of audience that was not reachable before.
I mean, that's really an awkward question. I mean, it's cheaper, I guess, but it's not really the real thing.
Genevieve Jolie.
Melanie Rios.
Put put me in a special school, 'cause I am such a fool, and I don't need a single book to teach me how to read. Who needs to